Hi, I'm Vanessa Joy here with Adorama TV, and we are working on #CreateNoMatterWhat. We're in the middle of not so great circumstances and we are stuck at home. Yay! Especially for me, someone who is a wedding photographer, and all I want to do is photograph people, honestly. I don't have a desire to photograph still life or products or anything else, but I found a workaround. I'm going to show you how to do something really fun with just items around your house and how you can still sort of photograph people. So what we're going to do is we are going to work with pictures that I have loaded from weddings from a while ago that are on my camera, and I'm going to create multiple exposures using old photos of brides and grooms and some random stuff that I found around my house. So I don't really know how this is going to go, to be honest. So what I've done is I've loaded up two types of pictures. So one where you've got a silhouette and it's just a white background, and then I also have ones like this where you've got a silhouette but then most of it's black aside from what's making in the silhouette. So I've got a couple here, got a bride here. So this is what we're working with, and we're just going to see how this goes. I haven't tried this out. This is just a crazy idea I had last night while not drinking any wine at all. I'm going to be using my 100mm macro lens. This is the Canon 1DX Mark III, and the reason I'm using a 100 is because the pictures that I've loaded on here are either shot with a wide angle lens or something like a 50, and I like using a different focal length lens to layer on top of it. Secondly, why I need a macro lens is because I've got a lot of small things here and I want to make them appear large in the image. So let's get started. All right, I've got a black surface here, so anything that I put on top, these beads, which I think is what I'm gonna start with, will really stand out and be contrasty, and it's important that there's no exposure on anything but the items that I am using. I think I'm gonna start with the image of the bride and groom. The two of them are in the center, so I'm just gonna kind of place these things all around, and we'll see what I get. I'm just gonna go into my menu here. For every camera it's different, but for Canon, it's under the camera setting. We got multiple exposure and we hit enable. I'm gonna do continuous shooting so I can try more than once. We're just gonna go with additive, and then I'm gonna go with continuously shooting. So I can just keep shooting these multiple exposure images and trying over and over again until I get something that I like. And then finally, we're gonna go to select image for multiple exposure. So this is the one that I wanna do. So I'm just gonna hit set. Great. And now I'm gonna go into live view, and you can see that image and then also see, oh my God, this is gonna look so good. My idea's gonna work. This is why we have to create when we're bored out of our minds, because we have ridiculous ideas and then this is actually gonna work. I'm purposely putting my beads here out of focus. All right, and then I can just place the two of them where I want. Cool, so that's fun. So the next one I'm gonna do is this image of a groom with just the blue behind him. So I wanted to do an opposite color. So I'm going with this bracelet of mine because it's gold and blue and yellow are complementary colors. So let's see how this looks. I actually really like this placement, and I want to get some of the bracelet actually in focus, but the light is coming from this way, so it's gonna actually work better if I turn this around and then turn my camera upside down. Here we go. So I just discovered that I have to take the second exposure photo at the same ISO as the original. I did not know that, but that's why we have fun and we're just creating right now, so cool. All right, so I'm gonna do one more. The two that we have done is with more of the darker background, but I want to show you what you can do when you have someone silhouetted against white. So let's pick something else to play with. Oh, maybe this will be cool. So for this one, I just remembered you don't want a dark background, you want a light background for this, and you'll see what the difference is. I'm gonna try putting this up against the window and see how this works. I know I'm holding the camera funny, but that's what we've got to do. That's what I wanted. All right, let me do one more. I want to do two more things. One, I want to change the color of this so it looks a little bit more interesting. So let's go ahead and change my white balance. I'm just going to blue it all the way down so I get some color in here. And this, select my image again. Yes, cool, that's it, it's perfect. I love it. You know, and the interesting thing is too, you can just start here and you can keep going. I've only been doing 2 exposures, but you could add 3 and 4 and 5. Let's just do it, it's fun. So I've got my bracelet here and I'm just gonna place it so that I can keep adding elements to my multiple exposure. Now, because this one was on white, every picture I take, well, it's no matter if it's on white or not, but in multiple exposure, every picture you take is going to add to the exposure and it's going to get brighter and brighter and brighter. So you'll see that the picture will get a little bit more overexposed, but it'll add something cool to it. So let's give it a try. Oh, this is cool. Looking for some inspiration? Then make sure you download my free posing inspiration guide. It's full of ideas for individuals, couples, and groups. Grab it in the link below. Cool. All right, so it's just fun stuff. The hashtag is create no matter what. So even if you're like me and you just have to have people in your pictures, you can still work with that. So Adorama is using this hashtag and we want you to join us, all of us. All the Adorama TV hosts are going to be giving videos of things that you can do while you are stuck at home so that we can be creative even in our current circumstances. So do me a favor, try this out and hashtag it, create no matter what. You can post it on Instagram, you can post it on Facebook. We're gonna be monitoring this hashtag so we can see what you're doing with it. So hashtag create no matter what and hashtag Adorama. And while you're at it, thank them for doing all of this while we are kind of just gloomy and hopeless like this day is. But we can still have fun. So I'm Vanessa Joy here with Adorama TV and I will see you next time. Oh, ring the bell, subscribe, do all the things. Bye.